Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through the industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Drewbie Wilson. He's an author, podcast pro, consultant, mentor, and inspires success driven learners to become the most elite version of themselves by crushing the day. Welcome to the show, Drewbie.
Hey, Ajay, thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm excited to be here.
You are welcome to the show, Drewbie. You are welcome to India in this online form. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the world will like to understand from you how to crush the day. So we'll try
I
and
love it.
understand from you exactly, Drewbie. First is what is this crushing the day all about? Help us understand, and then we'll get forward with our discussion.
You got it. So, to me, Ajay, crushing the day is all about waking up and understanding that is it on us or you, the listener, to get up and go and take action to live the life that you want to live. If you've been blessed with an opportunity to open your eyes and to be on this planet today, then you have an opportunity to literally go out and live any life that you want if you're willing to do the work. And what I know tends to happen for a lot of individuals on the journey is that life happens. You wake up, the news or politics or something going on in the neighborhood or at the job or even within your home, life comes at you pretty fast. And so if you don't make a conscious effort to have gratitude and to really focus on the blessing that you have, it's really easy for the day to crush you and to kind of just go into that hole and not want to do anything. So for me, on my journey, I've lost over 100 pounds. I've changed my life financially, built an amazing relationship with my wife and son, but it all comes back to the mantra of crushing the day. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to have a successful day and to really, to do everything I can to live the life that I want to live. And then I can go to bed confident knowing that if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I put in the effort to have a great day today by crushing the day.
Right, right. And before we talk more about crushing the day, uh, why don't you help the audience understand more about you, about your journey, Drewbie? Because even though I've told you about you being an author, consultant, mentor, but they would like to understand more of you as a person who is much more beyond the things that I talked about you.
Oh, well, yes, Ajay, thank you so much for that. And you're right. It's easy to identify as all of these things, these accomplishments or these material possessions, but at the end of the day, I am a servant. I want to help people. I want to show up in the world and I want to leave every individual who I come across better than when I found them through a words of wisdom, through a smile, through a transfer of energy or emotion, because that's really what we are here for on this planet, is to help make an impact. And not everybody has recognized that. So for me, I grew up in a household where my mom and dad were kind of back and forth. There was some abuse, drugs, all the things that can typically lead someone down a path that isn't great. And I went down that path for a short time in my life, and I'm blessed to know that I had a lot of lessons along the way, and I was a little bit of a knucklehead and got it bonked into me enough times that I was able to make a difference and to change some of those decisions and actions that I was taking. And it allowed me to really learn. And what I've realized in my own life is that the more I focus on giving and pouring into the cups of those around me, the more it opens up room for the universe or God, whatever you subscribe to pour back into my life. Because that's all it is. It's just a series of give and receive, give and receive. But so many people, they focus more on the I'm waiting to receive, I'm waiting to receive, I'm waiting to receive, versus when you just open up and give freely. And again, I understand you can't give everything to where you don't have enough, but it gets to a point where you're willing to just say, hey, I'll give what I have to someone in need. It opens you up to receive from the world around you. And that's one of those things that gets a little woo woo and out there and, spiritual for some people. But I know that the moment I flipped that switch and I focused on showing up as a servant and seeing how I could help those around me, the world has become an amazing place and there's become an abundance of opportunity that falls right at my feet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well explained, Drewbie. So, how do I inculcate this crushing the day mindset in me? What is this thing called? And also help us understand. You call the damn leads. What does it mean? I want to understand
Yeah.
this in that backdrop. Is it about lead generation or is it about something else?
So here's what I know. In life, personal life, professional life, there's always work to be done, right? We have to go and we have to exercise. We have to move our bodies if we don't want to get out of shape or unhealthy. We have to go and we have to spend time with our loved ones and the relationships that matter to us if we don't want to lose those individuals. We all have to show up at work because none of us have, an abundance of money to where we don't have to do anything anymore. So we all have a job to do every day. And ultimately, we all have to, kind of give into that spiritual side and pray and be willing to just give on that. So to me, call the damn leads, crushing the day. It's just a mantra for doing the work. And that could be in your personal life or your professional life. And because, with most of my life has been in sales, calling the damn leads is the first step to making sales. You got to go out, you got to meet people, you got to have conversations, you got to do that side of the work and build relationship so that someone can know, like, and trust you enough to want to do business with you. And what I found is that, interestingly enough, sales and servanthood go hand in hand, because when you can help enough people get what they want, whether that's getting out of the pain that they're in currently or seeking out the pleasure that they've been, looking for, if you can help them with that, well, then they're going to offer to pay you for that service. End of story. And the bigger the problem that you solve, the better the thing that you get them, the more money they're going to be willing to exchange for that product or service. And that's what allows you to grow and scale. So for me, calling the damn leads, crushing the day, again, it's just a mantra for going and doing the work to get the result that you want. And it all comes back to the mindset. So the crushing the day is also a mindset, because, time is limited. We all know how to make money. We can go work, we can swing a hammer, we can turn a wrench, we can make sales calls. We know how to go and make money. We don't know how to make time. We can, buy back our time by hiring someone to do a job for us. But ultimately, time is the one resource. You can't buy more of it. You can't win it in a poker tournament. And you don't get a big box of it on your birthday as like, oh, hey, congratulations, here's an extra year of life. It's like, oh, no, congratulations, one more year gone. And so when I realized that time was my valuable asset and I started focusing on where I'm spending it, what I'm spending it on, and who I'm spending it with, it's kind of like an investment. I started getting a better return on that time because it was in a better place. I was with the right people, having the right conversations, and the right things started happening in my life.
Right, Ruby. So, how does one get started with this crushing the day? Does it take a lot of time to learn it, or you can do it from day one? Help us.
You
What
can
what
do
does it need? It needs a mindset. It needs some skills, or you need to make memes, troll the internet, and get paid. Or
it.
is that what it is? Tell us about
you,
that also.
Yeah, so here's what I recommend. The first thing that you can do today if you want to start crushing the day is be conscious of where you're spending your time by doing a time study. So set an alarm in your phone or on your desk somewhere, and every hour I want you to take a couple minutes and write down everything that you did during that hour. What you're going to realize after a day or two, if you're really serious about this or you really, put in the effort, is that you're going to find you spend a lot of time on things that aren't getting you the result that you want in your life. You're scrolling through the internet, you're looking at social media, you're watching funny cat videos. Like, I know I'm guilty of it too. So I can't say that I'm, a saint and I'm perfect. However, it's intentionality. So if you want to start crushing your day, first thing you do is start watching where you're spending your time and what you're spending it on. Because after a day or two, you're going to recognize, man, I spend a lot of time doing stuff that's not actually getting me the result that I want. It's not making me in shape. It's not finding me the love of my life. It's not helping me make more money. So is it really worth the investment of that time? Or could I be more intentional and say, hey, instead of spending 20 minutes looking at cat videos, Maybe I make 20 extra phone calls. Maybe I go and, spend a little bit of time writing in my journal describing what I want my perfect spouse to look like. Because that intentionality and spending the time in the right places where you're looking to get the result that you want, that's how you start crushing the day, AJ.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you also talk about, applying this principle, this motto into leadership and team management. So, what is it that is here for the leaders here, for people? You have from the start, now you have attained a good position in your life. Now you can look back a bit more with satisfaction. But for those people who are trying to, manage so many things, especially, people who are doing freelancing work or doing a startup and so many other, how should they look at this crushing the day motto with regards to their leadership and management style?
When it comes to leadership and management, it's all about consistency and setting the example. You can't ask someone to show up and live a life or do work that you're not willing to do yourself, because there's an incongruence and there's no trust there. It kind of be like, hey, I want to teach you how to make $1,000,000, but I've never made $1,000,000 before. So it's all theory. It's not true. Like you don't have the example. So to me, being a great leader, being a great manager, it comes back to you living the life that you're teaching someone else to live by actually doing the things that you say you're doing, setting that as like hey, if I'm going to tell you to make 100 calls, I'm going to go make 100 calls. If I'm going to tell you to have a conversation in this fashion, I'm having the conversation in this fashion. And what happens for a lot of leaders is they show up and they want to tell people what to do. And nobody wants to be told what to do. They want to feel like it was their idea to do something. So a great leader finds a way to help motivate and inspire their team members by asking questions to help that person really start understanding what decisions they need to make or what actions they need to take in order to get the result that they're truly looking for. And what's crazy, Ajay, is success is perspective. What I see as success and a successful life is probably different than what you see, is probably different than what the listener is seeing in their version of it. But what's cool is that we can all agree that if you have a version of it that you're going after, we want to help you get there. That's why you started this podcast, right? That's why we do shows like this, because we are at a point in our lives where we're confident and excited about what we've accomplished. And now we want to share that with the people behind us, because we know that when you pour into the cups of those around you, you're simply making more room for the people above you to pour into your cup. And that's just kind of the way that I like to run as a leader and a manager, is that if I'm doing it, I'll share it with you so that you can do it. And then maybe you'll learn something and share it with me. And then we can help each other by keep climbing and getting better.
Right, Drewbie. So what do your clients generally come to you for? You are a consultant, you are a mentor. So what do they generally, what are their questions? And so that they crush the day in the right way and do not crush other people in that process, because it's happening also a lot in our public life.
100%. So most people come to me because they want to make more money, because money is the tool that they use to buy back their time and live the life that they want to live. So I almost kind of look at it like a mullet, the hairstyle where it's like real businessy up front, kind of serious, but then the party's in the back. Because here's what happens. We've seen it before. People make a lot of money and then they go off and they're not good people once they have it. So to me, I want to help you make more money, but then I also want you to understand how to be smart with it and how to utilize it as the tool that it really is, so that you can live the life you actually want to be living sustainably. Because everybody's heard the story of the guy who hit the lotto and got a lot of money and then was in a worse position several years later because he didn't earn it. He didn't learn the lessons needed to maintain it and to keep it. So to me, I want to help people make more money, but then I want to help them utilize it to live a longer, happier, sustainable life.
Right, Drewbie. You also talk about the importance of coming out of your comfort zone. How do you do nowadays? You have earned your money, you have attained the position, you help others. Then how do you come out of your comfort zone even now? Either earlier on you could, or you were forced to do by life itself. But what is the importance of coming out of your comfort zone? And especially those who have attained something, enough money, how do they continue to do this so that they do not forget the lessons that they learned earlier on, because these lessons will continue to help you even when you have something or you will lose everything else.
100%. So I look at it in two parts. You have the personal side where, I've lost over 100 pounds. At one point, I almost lost my wife to divorce and we managed to reconcile. We didn't get divorced. So like from a personal standpoint, I really focus on challenging myself from a health perspective by doing hard endurance physical challenges. I like to ride my bike 100 miles. I like to go and run, a marathon or do some kind of obstacle course. I'm always looking for some new physical challenge to push myself physically and mentally. And then on the business perspective, I'm kind of an introvert. So even though I'm excited on camera and I've written books and I speak on stage, I'm still kind of I kind of like to keep to myself. So to me, to get out of my comfort zone, I go get in rooms with total strangers. I go to places where I don't know anyone that might be business. I want to be in a room business related where I can help people, but I try to get in rooms where I don't know anyone so that I'm forced to get out of my comfort zone and to go and meet people and to be social and to get out there and to learn about others and not make it about me. So it's all about going and getting in the room and just asking questions without ever saying anything about me so that I can really get uncomfortable by being in that spot where I don't know anyone and feel very vulnerable.
Right, right. And Drewbie, I would like to understand about this making memes and trolling the internet and getting paid for it. Help us, tell me what this is all about so that we can also learn a bit about things like this.
Yeah, so everyone knows about memes, funny pictures with different words on them or funny videos where there's like something silly going on. And so I actually tattooed Meme Lord across my knuckles. So if you're watching this on the
Yeah.
video, you can see I got it on my knuckles there. But what's interesting is that memes are actually a term that originates from biology and evolution. So a meme is actually a term for a transfer of information between cultures or societies. So, if you see something popular on TV and you start talking about it amongst your friends, and then another group of friends starts talking about it, that's actually mimetic transfer. So it's an idea that transfers between social groups. And what I've learned is that because humans are social animals and we're always curious and we're wanting to see what other people are doing so that we can learn from them, the idea of using a meme for marketing and for sales, it just made sense because when we're in marketing or sales, we're trying to get a piece of information transferred from our mind to your mind as quickly as possible. We're trying to get your attention, trying to make you see what we can do to help you, and then get you to take action by giving us your information, calling us, whatever the next step might be in that process. And so what I really like about a meme is that if a picture is worth 1,000 words, I can say a whole lot with a picture versus having to send out 1,000 words in a follow-up message. So if I sent you 1,000-word text message that was like a book page long, you're going to go, what is wrong with this guy? Like, I don't know. But if I send you a funny picture and you recognize the scene from the movie or the television show or something that happened and you're like, oh, I connect with this. And then I add my own context by adding in some different words or some different things to kind of help you see what I'm trying to get across emotionally, right? What emotion are you trying to get across? What feeling are you trying to connect with the other individual? You can do that with a meme. And it's so fun and powerful that when you start using them, you differentiate yourself because almost everybody has a group of friends in their phone with messages that they send and they only send memes. They don't send any words. It's just funny pictures that they send back and forth. And so I know that if all humans operate in this way and we like to have this sort of communication style, why not be using it from a sales and marketing perspective? Because I'm just trying to create communication and relationship. So that's where the using the memes comes from. I built a course and we've helped over 1,000 individuals learn how to use memes in their marketing and sales to make lots of money with. So that's where the meme lord thing came in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is memes can not only make you laugh, but can also send you laughing to your bank if you do it the right way.
That's right, Ajay. That's right, buddy. They sure will make you laugh all the way to the bank.
Absolutely. There is much to understand, learn from you, Drewbie, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to connect with you, understand things from you, get coached by you. So, what is the best way for them to connect with you, Drewbie?
That's a great question. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here and share some value with your listeners, Ajay. If you've taken the time to be here with us today to learn, go and take action, implement what you've learned here today, and I promise you it will make a massive change in your life. If you'd like to learn more about me and what I do, how I help people, I wrote this book called The Damn Leads. You can download a free copy of it right to your device if you go to callthedamnleads.com/free book offer. Download the book, read through it, implement the strategies that you're learning. And if I can help you find, more money, more time in your life to live the life you want to live, then I'll know that I was successful and that our time here today was worth it. So head over to callthedamnleads.com, grab a copy of the book, and I hope to hear from you with the results that you're getting.
Wonderful, wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.